Hello, I'm Jim Rohn, and if you're watching this video, chances are you're feeling confused, perhaps even heartbroken, because of an ex who seems to show no regret after losing you. They're cold, distant, and you wonder, did I do something wrong? Why are they avoiding all emotions like this? Don't worry, you're not alone. Today we'll dive into the Avoidant Attachment Style, a psychological mystery that causes millions of people to spiral into self-doubt. I'll reveal why your ex behaves this way, what's really going on in their mind, and most importantly, how you can reclaim your emotional power. This isn't just an answer to your current pain, it's a key to understanding future relationships. You'll be surprised to learn that sometimes their avoidance isn't because you weren't good enough, but because they're running from something deep within themselves. Stay with me until the end of the video because I'll share a simple yet powerful tip that will make them rethink without you having to beg or lower yourself. If you want to uncover more psychological secrets like this to heal and grow, hit that subscribe button now. I'm Jim Rohn, and I'm here to help you turn pain into power. Let's begin. First, disappear completely from their life like a ninja quietly retreating into the shadows. This isn't just about stopping texts or calls. Be bold and remove them from your social media friend list. Unfollow every related account, even change your favorite coffee shop or gym if needed, as long as it helps you avoid running into them. It may sound extreme, but this is a crucial step to sever any remaining invisible ties. This disappearance might make you uneasy at first because it disrupts your familiar routine. But think about it. An avoidant ex rarely feels regret if they still see you lingering around. They tell themselves, you're still there, still waiting, and this unknowingly makes them rely on your presence without giving it much thought. When you decisively cut off contact, you're sending a strong message. I'm no longer your backup plan. You're no longer showing up whenever they casually reach out. Instead, you start focusing on rebuilding your own life. Try new things, take better care of yourself, and gradually learn to let them go. This is how you free yourself from the shadow of the old relationship. Interestingly, when you truly walk away and start living better, your ex might begin to look back. They'll wonder why you're no longer there, and feelings of regret may creep into their mind. But even if they don't change their mind, you're still the winner. Why? Because you chose yourself, broke free from dependence on them, and opened the door to healing. Ultimately, this action isn't just about making them regret. It's about finding yourself again, stronger and more radiant than ever. The second thing is to let your life thrive authentically without putting on a show in front of your ex. You might think about posting a bunch of happy moments on social media and deliberately letting them see it, but no. That's not how we do things here. Instead, just live well. Live genuinely, and trust me, they'll eventually hear about you through a mutual friend or stumble upon you somewhere. News of your radiance will naturally find its way to them. The important thing is not to be fake. Don't force yourself into activities that don't align with your current emotions, like trying to smile brightly while your heart is in turmoil. Doing so only exhausts you and brings unnecessary pressure. An avoidant ex might not even care about what you're flaunting, or worse, they might see it and just shrug it off and move on as if nothing happened. Even if they do feel a bit of regret, they might not ever admit it to you. But here's the interesting part. When you genuinely start improving yourself, even through small steps like reading a book or trying a new hobby, you'll gradually feel the transformation. Those small efforts, when maintained consistently, will accumulate into a stronger version of yourself. At that point, you won't even care whether they notice or not. You'll stop waiting for a message of remorse or a regretful glance, only to be disappointed when nothing comes. Just be patient with yourself and focus on what makes you better each day. When you truly shine in your own way, without needing anyone's validation, you've already won. And who knows, one day they might hear how amazing your life has become and suddenly feel a twinge of regret deep inside. Even if they never say it out loud, it won't matter to you anymore, because you've already found your own joy. The third thing is to open your heart to dating someone new, someone who brings you values your ex could never provide. This is a meaningful turning point, but it should only begin when you've truly healed and are ready to leave the past behind. Don't rush into it just to prove something. Do it for yourself, to reclaim ownership of your life. When you meet someone who genuinely values you, everything will feel completely different. They won't just care, they'll be willing to build a real relationship with you. You won't have to guess every step, won't feel like walking on thin ice, and won't need to strain yourself to please someone. Everything will be gentle, natural, just as a healthy relationship should be. You'll feel the warmth, the sincerity that you once longed for but never had. And then the interesting thing happens. When the avoidant ex sees you happy with someone new, they might start to question themselves. Think back. How many times did you try to pull them closer, honestly saying, "Hey, this avoidant behavior is pushing us apart. I want us to move forward," but you just stay still and refuse to change? But they just turned away, retreating into their familiar shell, leaving you to struggle alone with your emotion. Now, when they see you radiant with someone else, they finally realize, oh, so this avoidant behavior really did ruin everything. They might start to feel regret when they see you enjoying a relationship they never had the courage to build with you. The new person not only gives you love, but also safety and respect, things your ex missed the chance to offer. And the best part? You don't need to look back to prove anything to them anymore. You're living your life with someone worthy, and that is the clearest answer to everything. Even so, don't expect your ex to suddenly come back, kneel down, apologize, and admit that their avoidant habits ruined everything. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. And the amazing thing is, by now, you no longer need an answer from them. You found someone new. Someone not only better, but potentially the perfect piece you've always been searching for. They bring you genuine love, something you once dreamed of but never received from your ex. And this leads to the fourth step, becoming completely indifferent to them. Now you no longer care about what your ex does or says. Imagine this. One day they might suddenly text, call, or even show up with a sad face, telling you they've changed, that they realize their mistakes and just want to make things right. They might come up with all sorts of excuses, from "I've matured" to "You never gave me a real chance," all just to provoke a reaction from you, to prove they still have some power in your heart. But don't fall into the trap. This is exactly when you need to hold your ground. You might feel your heart hesitate for a moment, old memories flooding back and a small part of you wanting to respond, wanting to argue or explain. But pause and ask yourself, is it worth it? Can a few of their words change the past or make you happier in the present? Definitely not. Instead of letting them pull you back into the emotional spiral, just smile gently and move on. You don't need to prove anything, nor do you need to argue to defend yourself. The truth is, if you let yourself get dragged into your ex's drama one more time, everything will only get messier. You've walked this road countless times during the relationship, those promises, those weak moments, and then crushing disappointment again. There's no guarantee it will be any different this time, right? It's like watching an old movie when you already know the sad ending. Hopefully by this point you've truly cut off all contact with them as a way to firmly lock the door to the past, so you won't have to face those familiar performances again. But if they still manage to sneak back in, sending a sentimental message or suddenly appearing before you, this is when you need to maintain your wall of indifference. Don't let your emotions flare up. Don't respond, not even a word. Imagine yourself as a rock in a river. The water flows past, but you remain still, unmoved. Maintaining indifference isn't always easy, especially when they know how to press your weak spots. But remember, every time you react, you unknowingly give them the chance to drag you back into the old spiral. Instead, take a deep breath, smile softly, and remind yourself, I've already moved on. I don't need this anymore. You've built a new life, a better version of yourself. Don't let a few impulsive minutes ruin it all. Turn indifference into your strength. When they realize they can no longer shake you, they'll understand that they've truly lost you. And you you will continue walking gently but firmly on the path you've chosen, a path that no longer has their presence. The fifth and final thing is to stop waiting for their regret and start living your own life. If there's only one thing you remember from this entire story, I hope it's this: you cannot control anyone's heart or thoughts, especially someone with an avoidant attachment style. They might silently regret, even feel restless to the point of sleepless nights, but don't dream that they'll come running to confess to you. For them, speaking up means admitting they were wrong, that they lost control, something they fear more than losing you. Face this truth: you don't know what they're thinking, and you don't need to know. You could do everything perfectly, cut contact, live well, love someone new, and they might still stay silent like a stone. But that doesn't matter. Why? Because when you let go of the false hope that they'll come back and apologize, you truly begin to heal. You reclaim your emotional power instead of depending on someone who refuses to change. Looking back on this entire journey, you'll see that every previous step has led you here. You no longer place your value in their hands, no longer wait for their validation of your worth. Instead, you rise on your own, you shine on your own. You deserve a relationship where both people try, where both overcome difficulties together, not one where you carry the weight alone while they keep stepping back. I understand you might empathize with the reasons behind their avoidance. Maybe they're hurt, maybe they're afraid, but empathy doesn't mean you have to sacrifice endlessly. You've done your best. You've spoken, you've acted, you've waited. What about them? They chose to stay still, so this is your wake-up call. It's time to put yourself first. If you keep clinging on, you only delay your journey of rediscovery. The first step: cut off completely. Then, start healing, bit by bit, in your own way. This is not just about forgetting them, but about rediscovering joy, confidence, and a life where you no longer need anyone to prove that you're enough. You were enough from the very beginning. So we've walked through the 5 steps to deal with an avoidant ex, from cutting off all contact, living authentically well, opening your heart to someone new, maintaining indifference to their emotional games, to letting go of hope and prioritizing your own healing. All of this isn't just to make them regret. It's more importantly about reclaiming your power, finding your self-worth, and moving forward on your own journey. Life shouldn't be a series of days waiting for someone to change. It should be the moments you create happiness for yourself. Whether they realize their mistake or not, you are still the winner because you chose to love and cherish yourself. I want to send my sincere thanks to all of you for taking the time to watch this video. Your support is a great motivation for me to continue sharing meaningful stories and experiences. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss the upcoming videos. I truly look forward to hearing your thoughts. Please leave a comment below, share your feelings or your own story about the journey of healing and gratitude. Every word you share is a valuable source of inspiration, not only for me, but also for those walking this path alongside you. Remember, healing is not a destination, it is a journey. You may still feel a bit of sadness today, but every small step you take is a gift you give to yourself. Be grateful to yourself for being strong. Be grateful for the lessons from the past, and be grateful for the future that awaits you. I believe that with patience and love, you will find your own light, brighter and warmer than ever. Thank you once again. See you in the next video, and don't forget, you deserve all the best things in life.